What's up, traders? So let's do a complete multi-time frame analysis of euro dollar and British pound US dollar. Let's see what kind of trading opportunity currently we have in this instrument. Now, as you can see later today, there is a high impact news coming. This USD news is really high impact, which is coming after two sessions, and in that two sessions, we could find a significant trading opportunity in these instruments, as looks like that euro dollar and British pound US dollar creating a reversal pattern. We might see some unusual movement. So let's see how we can trade them. First of all, let's begin with British pound US dollar. Now this is the intraday time frame. First of all, we'll look at bigger picture to see what's happening in the higher time frame. Now monthly perspective, we see that British pound US dollar currently historically low. If you look at this candle, we see this price visited in 1985, so which is absolutely lower price. Now at this point, what we can expect British pound US dollar, probably we could see some upward movement, as this price is extremely low. Now if we look at weekly time frame, we see there is a bearish engulfer. This is a textbook bearish engulfer on the weekly perspective, which is highly bearish. Now on the monthly, we see there is a possibility to go up. On the weekly, we have a strong bearish price action, so there's a little bit of contradiction. Let's look at daily time frame to see what's happening. Now on the daily perspective, we see that British pound US dollar has created this head and shoulder, and then we have seen a breakdown followed by this green doji. Now today, as soon as market open, we have seen that British pound US dollar created little bit of upward movement. Now the sellers again trying to push the price down. So where we can expect British pound US dollar to be heading? What I think that now there are two possible scenario. The first possible scenario is during that high impact news announcement, we could see British pound US dollar going up. Probably will test this daily 20 period moving average. If that's the case, this is a high probability setup that British pound US dollar will drop from this zone. Let's look at on the 4 hour perspective with that case. So we could see there are two possible scenarios. As you can see, on the 4 hour perspective, we see British pound US dollar has created an inverted head and shoulder. That could probably we could see some strengthening on GBP, weakening in USD could make British pound US dollar to go up. And what I think that British pound US dollar might come to this important level of support and resistance. As you can see, this is a very important level which has not been tested. As you can see, this is a support here in this zone, and that same level acted here as a resistance, and we see there is a reversal pattern, double top, and then has broken down. This previous support here has not been tested as resistance. What I think that during this news announcement, we could see some unusual movement to the upside. Probably will test this previous support here as a resistance, and then we could see a drop. So if we see on the daily perspective, we see that the same zone is where there is a 20 period moving average. There is one probability. Another probability is to continue to drop from this zone. Which one is likely to happen? So first see what the price action is telling us. You can see this price action is in a sideways. It is a long-term bearish market, as you can see, and with this doji, it is still creating series of lower high on British pound US dollar. So if we see that the price has broken out of this zone completely to the upside, we will be waiting for a potential rise British pound US dollar at least to this level or above this zone. And when we will see potential bearish price action from this zone, we will consider shorting British pound US dollar from this zone with a high probability trade setup. On the other hand, if we see that British pound US dollar has created a spike to the upside and again closed back below with a strong bearish engulfer from this zone, then we'll consider shorting British pound US dollar from this zone with a high probability trade setup. As this is a long term bearish market, we will not considering buying British pound US dollar. We will only wait for either a false breakout in this zone or the price to go up test this previous support as resistance, and then we'll consider shorting British pound US dollar. These are the two plans that we will be using for British pound US dollar. Now let's look at euro dollar. Now euro dollar is doing the same thing. As you can see, the price, instead of dropping, it is on the lower time frame creating this kind of upward channel. What I think that euro dollar could do the same. This is for our time frame. As you know, on the like British pound US dollar higher time frame, euro dollar is bearish. Now what I think that euro dollar might do, like the British pound US dollar, will come back to this important level where there is a previous support here with this double. So we have seen this is a liquidity grab double top, and then has broken to the downside, which is acting here as a support here, resistance here. What I think, during this news announcement we could see a spike to the upside, will test this previous support zone here and resistance zone here as a resistance, and from this zone we could potentially see a drop on euro dollar. This is one scenario. On the other hand, if we see during this news announcement, British euro dollar has created a false breakout to this zone and then closed with a strong bearish engulfer, has broken this dynamic local support completely. In that case, we will be considering shorting euro dollar from this zone with a high probability trade setup. As the news is coming today, we will be patiently waiting for to see which one is happening, and according to the rules of our strategies, we will consider shorting euro dollar. As this is a long term bearish market, will not be considering going long on this instrument. Now, if you find value in this analysis, then smash the like button, and also don't forget to drop a comment below to help this idea. Thank you for watching. See you soon in my next analysis.